Hey guys, I am back. So sorry about that incredible delay. I just had to sort some things out, and it was just like there was no way I was going to be able to do it on camera, and there wasn't. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we can bring Ari into the show right now. Hey Ari, you're on the show.
Did I do it? Am I
Oh, this is
working?
really frustrating. I can't hear you.
Oh, fuck.
Hang on, Ari. Let me see if I can fix that.
I just want to.
Why?
Can I tell your viewers something that's been on my mind?
Please do, because I can't entertain the audience at the moment. So I'm going to need you to do that because
Okay.
I am having, tech problems, as I generally am. I don't understand why the sound isn't coming out of where it's supposed to come out of. Um, and if I
All you
can't
see is
figure it,
the shine on my noggin. The shine on my
there's not
noggin.
shine. There's no shine on his noggin.
My goodness.
How do I get
Okay.
this over to
This is what's going on. The pandemic. It's tough. It is very tough for everyone. It's. I am just so sick of doing dishes. There's so many dishes. Why are there so many dishes? Well, there's dishes because you're eating at home more than ever.
Yeah.
It's so many. I feel like I'm constantly doing dishes and I hate it. I've gotten to the like I'm very close to the point where I'm just going to snap and I'll just be like one of those people on hoarders who are like, I just hate doing dishes. Leave me alone. Get off my property. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me to do my dishes. Sure, the city wants to take my home, but they won't. This is a police state. That's why I'm suing the local government. That's what every single episode is. Well, that's how I'm feeling. I'm just over the amount of dishes.
Do
Buy
a
paper plates
dishwasher?
and plastic utensils. Thanks, Juan. I think while that's an interesting way to go, I would then have a lot of garbage, and I feel like I would have a lot of guilt for putting that much plastic into the world. Meanwhile, I'm just surrounded by plastic, so who knows? My roommate works from home, but I don't, so I constantly come home to dishes I didn't make. Oh my gosh. Oh, Kaylee. Oh my gosh, that is so terrible. Our dishwasher broke about 2 months ago. It's been awful. Oh my gosh, the damn pots and pans. These pots and pans, and you wish, like, I wish I had it in me to be one of those people that puts the pots and pans in the dishwasher, but I'm not. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people. And it doesn't seem like you are either. You know that you just have to like get into it. What is going on? We're talking dishes, spleen. Um, but we should point out that it's a 2 times a week job. I do less than once a week. Okay, see, we're a little off there because I'm doing it every day, and there's only 2 of us, so something's wrong. That means just we are using too many dishes. I think that's what it means. The cleaning of each individual utensil. Yeah. When you make eggs but don't soak everything and it dries all crusty. I think this is why people really like to soak. They like to soak a an omelet pan in cold water because if you use hot water on on something melty, it's just gonna melt more. Eat less, drink more. Yeah, good call, Christoph. By the way, what's everybody? Are people drinking tonight? Are there any drinks in hand? If so, call them out. Let's see what everybody's drinking. Maybe we'll figure something out. Like Greg Stream loves gin. Greg Stream loves whiskey. Greg Stream. Okay, we got. Oh, bye, Greg. The fuck.
I'm
Whiskey
back.
Coke. Jameson, neat. I love a Jameson. Neat. A whiskey sour. All right. Straight Booker's bourbon. Nice. I
Why
like
is
it.
this not working?
Locust cider, vanilla bean, watered down Vesper. Um, yeah, Greg welcome to Greg's stream. I'm Ari. Pleasure to meet you.
I know. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I'm just
little
having the
some
weirdest
Aperol
time.
spritz. I love an old fashioned and an Aperol spritz. I love it. and a gimlet. I just feel like a gimlet Aperol spritz. It's a very like it's nice out. You're
Test.
at the Polo Lounge where I frequent, of course,
Do
and
you?
people are just talking about like whether or not they should start to believe that COVID-19's a thing or not. And they're like, oh, the help, they all get it, but not us. Natty Daddy. This is Ari's vamp stream now. Is it still looking? Yeah, it still looks very radio. Oh, we got lots of people over on the. Ari has officially taken over the stream. It's me. It's okay. And remember, laughs enrich. Fuck them, let them die. Yeah, I like Axiom 80. Axiom 80 is hardcore, and I like it. Remember when Trump got COVID and we all laughed? Yeah. Oh, somebody who was I talking? Okay, I was talking with I was chatting with some dude Tempest today, and some dude was what did he say? I'm gonna say his joke. I was like, COVID, man, this shit is just wearing me down. I think I started talking about the dishes. Anyways, and he goes, I mean it in regards to COVID. I mean, it clearly has some level of brain damaging effects. A guy that had it thought he won an election after losing.
Good one. That's a good one.
Oh man, can I just say the people of Twitch are some witty motherfuckers.
They can be.
True.
I gotta tell you, if anybody knows their way around Focusrite hardware, I am having a weird fucking thing. I got
happening, Greg?
Well, I got a Focusrite 4i4 on the Mac, right?
Yeah.
And I've got that outputting to hardware inputs 7 and 8, line inputs on the Focusrite 18i8 on the PC. Now, I know that I'm sending sound from the Mac. I can see the levels on the output, but for some reason, the PC's not receiving it. And I wonder, I'm using balanced cables. I wonder if that's it. They have to be unbalanced for the line inputs, and it's just like the TRS is not, tip ring sleeve cables are causing a problem here.
Fascinating stream, Greg.
I'm trying to get audio. I'm trying to get some music in this show, and I don't have. I'm having a problem. I'm having a little problem here, and I'm driving myself nuts. I just don't know why. I don't know why. Why would that happen to me? Why would you do this to me?
Flower, the talking flower, told her guy or his guy that they refused to cook anymore, and if he wanted to eat, he had to cook.
Oh yeah,
it worked. Haven't cooked in 3 days.
Flower talking flower. How's this feller's cooking? Is it good? Hey CJ Monkey, is this cooking you want to eat? So Ale Boo Boo, the line inputs are on the back, so it's a good question, but I don't think they're not selectable. It's only the front ones that are instrument / line selectable. The rear inputs are in a line only. And I've been using them from a different source. Like this should have just worked. That's what I'm very confused by. And it is kind of making me nuts. I'm sorry to get everybody's. I'm just a wreck. I'm just a wreck.
He's a wreck, everyone. It's all happening. It's all happening. Hey, I'll eat anything I haven't cooked. I've had shakshuka, pasta, boxed mac and cheese. Okay. I just recently watched that movie, Julie and Julia, or Julia and Julie.
That's a real sociopathic film, right?
I'm sorry?
Isn't like she just like, I'm going to have an affair now, fuck you. Isn't that like that basically the plot of that movie?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I mean, she creates a blog. That's about it.
Do they not talk about her cheating on her husband the whole time she's doing it?
No.
Oh, in her book, she explains that, like, yeah, because I listened to the interview. I never read the book, but I listened to the interview when she was on, like, the book tour, and she was like, well, I was having an affair, and I got caught, and I didn't want to stop having an affair, but I also didn't want to leave my husband, and so I just did this blogging thing, kind of as a distraction.
Yikes. Oh, well, that doesn't make for a good Hollywood story, so they left that part out.
I didn't realize that would be out of the film.
That was anyways, I made Boeuf Bourguignon because of that movie.
La
It
Bouffe.
was excellent. It was
Sudden
really
echo.
great. Wow, sudden echo.
I didn't hear an echo.
Hungary, we're talking about Julie and Julia, or Julia and Julie. No one knows. Yeah.
Do you know that Julia Child was a spy during World War II?
Yeah, they were living in China, right?
Was she in China? I didn't know that. I thought she was in France, but yeah, she was a spy in the World War II.
Uncle Chronic, great name, says some guy in my city stole a woman's car, found a kid in the back, and brought it back to the mother. Told her what a horrible parent she was for leaving a child in the unlocked car, then proceeded to rip off her car.
Yeah.
That's
well,
great. That is so good.
I mean, what else would you know? I don't know why.
Yeah, Flower, Stanley Tucci did a great job. I think Stanley Tucci. Oh, that's in Portland, Oregon. Hey, some dude. I just told your joke. I gave you props. Trader Vic's.
Sorry about that, Ari. I couldn't hear you for a second there.
Oh,
I don't get this, man. This is so freaking weird.
I once saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's.
Really?
His hair was perfect.
Was it perfect? Really, though? Really?
That guy is... Do you listen to a lot of Warren Zevon?
Not a lot, but I like Warren Zevon a lot.
He's so good. I feel like he's right up your alley, Greg.
He is. I really like Guns, Lawyers, and whatever that one is.
Yeah.
It feels like it's about Bush Jr. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, what a great line.
Dad, get me out of this.
Dad, get me out of this. Great line.
Yeah,
Is
no,
the
I
sound
like that.
issue related to the notifs issue you fixed a while back?
No, I can't. Yeah, it's not related to that, but I do appreciate people trying to call that one up. I don't know why. Hold on a second. I have a theory. I have a stupid theory.
Hell yeah, Uncle Chronic. Who doesn't listen to Metallica? I think everybody's a Metallica
I have a
fan.
theory that the issue is that these were... I think I need not balanced cables. Let me go very quickly check and see if I have a pair of unbalanced quarter-inch cables.
You didn't need to tell people that.
I didn't need to tell people about the quarter-inch cables?
No, you just go. You're like, hey, I'll be back. I have an idea. But this is why Greg's good at streaming. He gets people involved.
I get you involved. Give me 1 second.
Everybody's now on the storyline of Greg and the unbalanced cables. People are going to be clipping this. They're going to be highlighting it. He's super considerate. Yeah. Just getting here after running my first Cyberpunk Red adventure. How'd it go, BioMonkey? How did it go? I saw that my old friends over at Glass Cannon, they were doing that as well. And they they have been quite successful with their Cyberpunk Red. All right, let's see what else is it. Probably better than 2077 has gone. Awesome. All new RPG players. Thankfully, prepared my rules, cheat sheets, so there wasn't a lot of slowdown. Brandon always finds the right place to be in a fight. I have loved Cyberpunk Red. It is my favorite role-playing game that I've ever played. it feels so much easier for me. I mean, not
Solved
feels. It is so much easier for me because I don't know. I feel like I can use my modern brain.
It's solved. It's solved.
No one cares, Greg. People want it. Oh, they can hear the music. Can I hear the music too?
Yeah, I'll set up in Discord. Give me a second.
Wait, what is a soy jack face? Gosh darn it. Now I gotta look up soy jack.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. I don't know soy jack, but... Ooh! Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I'm almost done here. Hold on.
Soy boy.
Now, of course, I can't.
I don't know what soy boy is, but I'm gonna... Now I have to look at it. Okay, I got my drink made. It's a tiki abomination with an absurd amount of rum and flavors. Oh, that's cool. Ari was talking, Greg. Thanks.
Sorry,
Avery.
Ari.
How dare you? What is the music, Greg? Can I listen to the music as well, or is that?
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna
not?
get you in on it. It's just background stuff, but I just it's in the show now. Ari, are you in the Discord?
Should I be?
That's where the sound will be able to come from.
Great. Discord. Oh, come on.
So you know what when I tell you guys what happened here, and I don't know why my Discord is missing too.
Mine was missing.
If I tell you guys why the music wasn't working, you're gonna be upset. I thought I was jacked into the outputs of my Scarlett 4i4, but I was actually jacked into inputs. So I was trying to route inputs to inputs. You can't do that. You gotta route outputs to inputs. What a dum-dum. Jeez.
Somebody, Death Throwaway 1 2 3 4 5. Ari, how do you trim your mustache so well? I don't. I just shave my beard every week. I shave it down when it starts getting a little crazy. Although, you know what? I do take a small scissors and I try to cut along the top of my lip. Because otherwise, I started realizing what I thought was a nice mustache. I looked like a crazy person with no teeth. Because the mustache hair was getting in the way of my smile, and I looked like I had blacked out teeth. It was a serious problem. Serious problem, people.
You know, it's you know our friend Anthony. He's the guy. He's the reason why I know how to trim a mustache. And I was not. It's funny. My dad had a stupid looking mustache my whole life. And it was one day I was looking at Ari. I was like, Anthony, how do you get that sick mustache? Because you guys don't know this, but at one time he had a sick mustache. And I realized, he goes with a pair of scissors and he cuts like this. Because if you just take a buzzer and trim your mustache like you trim your beard, you're going to have no mustache. You're just going to have stubble on your upper lip. For a long time, I thought I couldn't grow a mustache. I thought I didn't have the genes or something.
Sorry, kid, you don't have the genes.
You don't got the genes.
I hate to break it to you, but you just don't got the genes.
Okay, and everybody's telling me that the music's a bit loud, and I'm going to say, we're getting there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch over to tablet mode on this. I know, right? Like, now that it's working, everybody's like, it's not good enough yet, right? Honestly, I just got to say, like, wow, right? Wow, thanks. Just what I needed. Plus A. Bring that down. This should work. You're in tablet, so is the USB... Oh, well, yeah, that might do it. If the USB connection to the monitor is not functioning, then I guess I should not bother to put it in tablet mode. That's possible. I may have accidentally imported that, so...
Oh, come on.
What's up now, bud?
I don't know, Greg.
What's your sitch?
I'm not sure. I forgot my password. Does
For
anybody
what?
know my password?
Hey, this is...
For Discord.
For Discord. Wow. You know, I had that problem until pretty recently.
And
you know what I
were
did?
like, and now they're like, log in with the QR code. We're snazzy.
That's
Everything
one way
works
to do it.
here.
You know
And
how
I
I
did
solved all of my password problems, Ari?
Here's
I
the
got
plug.
1Password. Have you heard about 1Password?
Tell us, Greg.
1Password
sponsored show,
is an
right?
off-site encryption service that will store and encrypt your passwords for you and remember them for you, so you don't have to remember them anymore. It's amazing. I don't forget passwords at all anymore, and you know what? I don't reuse them either. And if you happen to work for 1Password and want to sponsor me, I don't know why you would. I just gave away everything for free. I just, you get no more. No, that's it. That's it. That's the taste. That's just a little taste.
Ooh.
That was
I
a
like
long while ago, Ailboo. And actually,
That was
the
a
truth of the
long
matter,
time ago.
even though that was very scary for me, the truth of the matter is that 1Password worked great because nobody actually got anything. The password that people saw was an ancient password that I had happened to have used on a number of accounts foolishly, and that 1Password was not designed to replace. It had nothing to do with my 1Password. Anyway, so let's get this music actually working so it'll play straight through. Sound set. Grid. No, it should be in list mode, but is that what I have to do? Do I have to like tab them all on and then it'll, because it should just play all, but for some reason it's not. It's like the whole idea behind a set is that it should just play. Oh, there we go. Queued, continuous. There we go. Nice. And then we'll just put a half a second fade on each one. Done. Yeah, I'm digging this. I have this thing, Farrago, which is a multi-cue thing, and I can trigger, sound effects. Put them into the show from here too, and all kinds of different music and stuff. It's nice. It makes it a lot easier to just quickly build up a playlist of songs to throw into the show.
Who knows?
Who knows what? Who knows what? Who knows anything is the correct answer. My dream is to one day have Greg advertise my weird subscription-based product. Oh, wow. Illegal octopus. Hey, Ari.
What's up, dude?
You still getting arrested every other week smuggling octopuses into the country?
I don't know what you're... Wait, what? Did I miss something? That's not from my show. What's happening?
Well, if you have been harassed by customs officials because of the octopus in your pants on more than one occasion, let me tell you about illegaloctopus.co.uk.net/parlor. It is the only service available now that will cut out the middleman and bring illegal octopuses into the country for you. So you won't have to deal with customs officials anymore. You can sign up right now using the code HowToOctopus on checkout, and you're going to get 10% off your first octopus, and and that's it, just 10% off your first octopus.
The fuck are you talking about?
Sky in chat said that his name is Illegal Octopus, and he says that his dream was to have his or her dream, their dream was to have me read a copy for their weird subscription service, and I just invented Illegal Octopus.
Oh, that's
subscription service based on that. They did not.
Somebody
answer.
said Ari's taking selfies or some shit. No, I was trying to. Discord said, just use your QR code scanner to sign in.
Yeah,
it was a lie. It was a
Did
lie.
it not work?
So Greg, I can hear this in Discord, right?
You should be able to if you're in the Greg is
Under
Live one.
actual play.
No, go to the. I should move it to that, but I haven't done that yet because Discord has like a different channels for sound and for text.
Yes, Greg is live.
Yeah,
Here
the one we
go.
always use. It's like real. It's nothing exciting. It's just like some very nondescript backbeats that I threw in here. It's gonna sound a little Enya-ish, I think.
Hey, oh, oh, oh,
Do you remember what was it like that was like compilation? It was like Celtic Thunder. They were always selling it on TV. If you remember that one,
no, it was Chant.
Chant.
Chant was the big one. Chant was a gigantic hit.
What was the one that had Enya though? Wasn't it? Because that's the only place I've ever heard Enya was on this one compilation CD.
It was like the soothing. It was. I know what you mean. It might have been on Chant. I'm not sure.
Might have been. I was tweeting about that the other day. Tom's Diner one of my favorite songs. What genre would you say that is?
Tom's Diner?
You know that track?
I don't.
Oh man.
You mean I know Alice's Restaurant.
Alice's
Tom's
Restaurant
Diner is in Brooklyn.
Tom's Diner. There may be a Tom's Diner in Brooklyn, but isn't it Tom's? Isn't that where they go? It's like 125th Street or something. Is the diner that they're supposed to be at on Seinfeld? Isn't that it?
But yeah.
Tom's Diner. You know this. Tom's Diner. I'll pull up the lyrics because I can't pull up the music. We would get canceled.
I'm hearing the music now. I am with the stream. I understand. Oh, I don't like it. I'm gonna turn it off.
So Tom's Diner. I am sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee. And he fills it only halfway. And before I even argue, he is looking at the window at somebody coming in. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. It is always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter. You don't know that song?
Yeah, I know it.
You just said before you didn't know it.
Well, when you started singing it, I figured it out. It's do 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 do. Yeah.
Yeah. What genre would you call that song?
90s. What is this music, Greg? Better watch out, Greg. I think your version is the real thing. Oh yeah, I think it's 90s alternative. Which is a huge overall.
I would say it's too all-encompassing.
Sorry, singing too good.
We're gonna skip this track. Life Pulsed is not my jam. Yeah, what is this music? I told you, it's a random assortment of backbeats. I had a plan that we would talk about Iran-Contra, but I didn't have time to put my notes in front of me. Do you remember? Do you know anything about Iran-Contra? You know anything about the Iran-Contra affair?
I mean, I saw that movie with Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck was in a movie about the Iran-Contra affair? Are you talking about Are you talking about Argo Fuck Yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not that though. That's a different thing.
Oh, with Oliver North.
Oliver North.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selling guns.
Yeah.
And arms. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Guns are arms, but yeah. I watched that documentary on Netflix called Crack the other day.
Oh, okay.
And I was worried. I was like halfway through before they brought up the Iran-Contra connection, and I was worried that they weren't going to. And they did. I think that they didn't hammer it as hard as I wanted them to. Because I kind of, honestly, I'm regularly shocked that, like, a political party could survive that. And yet it's
saying
like
that we didn't, and then the president says, turns out we did, I just didn't know.
So what happened is, it's really crazy, okay? So the first thing is, there's like 4 different moving parts here that you have to understand about it. And I tweeted about it, and I with the heading, I did a whole thread on this. I was like, basically like, I'm worried that they're not teaching this in school. And I got to tell you, a lot of people replied, they are not teaching this in school, right?
Well, what school? What school? What age do you think this should be?
High
taught?
schoolers. All my fans are 12 years old. I assume everybody is 12.
I mean, that's just not true. Most of the people in this chat are not 12.
You're all 12, I assume. Yeah. No. So first, right? You have to understand that we facilitate a regime change in Iraq, and we back the Ba'athist Party, and we help Saddam Hussein come to power in Iraq because they're neighbors with Iran, and Iran is our enemy since Ayatollah Khomeini, and the hostage crisis, which is now resolved, by the way. And but we're like, well, that's good. We'll fuck them up in their back door. We'll set that up, and then we've foist the Iran-Iraq war on them, which rages, I think, for 13 years and is just a horrifying nightmare. Chemical weapons, like the World War I in the Middle East, they call it. It just went on forever and ever and ever. And so, obviously, because Iraq is our guy, we are backing Iraq. We're providing weapons, training, all kinds of shit to Iraq, right? But from 1980 onward, secretly, the CIA is also backing Iran, right? Just secretly selling weapons to both sides of this war. By the way, that's a war crime. And why? Well, later when they got caught, the Reagan admin would claim, well, there were American hostages in Lebanon, and Iran had pull with Hezbollah, and we got assurances that Iran was going to help us get those guys out in exchange for the weapons. However, we know for certain that the first weapons sale happened to Iran way before there were ever any hostages in Lebanon, so it was unrelated, right? So they're selling weapons to both sides of this war. Some weapons publicly, right? Okay, we're backing our allies. That makes sense. That's what big world powers do. Some weapons secretly. Okay, we're backing our allies' enemies, because I think that the honest answer is because they just wanted to kill a lot of people. And so a couple of years later, or actually around the same time, 1979, the Sandinistas topple these long-standing dictatorship in Nicaragua. And Reagan hates lefties, man. He really did. He fucking hated a commie. You know the Ari's like, I'm not really comfortable with this topic of conversation. It's
My
like,
back hurts. Does anybody
else?
else's back hurt? Oh,
Mine does, actually. I have occasional back. Have you ever been to an MRI for that?
No.
You gotta get an MRI, man. It's probably a herniated disc.
No, I just gotta buy a new chair. I have to buy one of those gamer chairs that are just like...
Don't get a gamer chair. You're a grown man.
Not that grown. I'll just... Because they're... Look, do you think a gaming chair is better suited for sitting for 5 hours at a time than like a gesture?
I don't. And I also think it depends on, like, are you buying a piece of furniture that you want to have for a decade or for 18 months before you have to replace it? That's the main difference.
Is there such thing as just a bigger than giant beanbag? I'd love to just sit in a beanbag. I love a beanbag.
Dude, get a beanbag. Yeah,
Greg,
you get a huge beanbag.
Greg, so you're
Bad for
the
your mics.
drink. You're the drink guy, right? You're the drink
I hate
guy.
that, but yeah.
And then how did it just turn into let's talk about the Iran Contra?
I don't really like being the drink guy, if I'm perfectly honest.
Oh, Greg. Greg, you've made some odd decisions in your life then.
I know.
Greg, wait, Greg. Your name here is Greg from How to Drink. You're the drink.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I believe that says Greg from HTD. Now, you'll recall that a number of years ago, a little company called Kentucky Fried Chicken switched it up and became KFC because they wanted to sell things other than fried chicken.
Yeah.
That's when I became Greg from HTD.
Okay. When was the last time you went to KFC to get a burger?
I mean, I don't eat burgers, so I go to KFC for chicken.
There you go. Okay.
I hear you.
I mean, you happen to be the drink guy. You can start off as the drink guy, and then, you're also the gaming guy. You're the streaming guy.
Yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm doing. You just proved my point. That's why, you got to lay that groundwork down.
At its heart, at the heart of it, aren't you might be the drink guy as well.
I am the drink guy as well. I'm never going to not be the drink guy, I guess. But,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not, I don't know. Is it fair?
It really hit I touched I like Greg from KFC. that girl was killing.
Yeah. I should get what's that called? That Texas tie? I should get one. No, the thing that the fucking, the Kentucky Colonels wear. I should get that outfit.
A bolo tie.
No, that's a Texas thing.
It's not a bolo. Yeah. It's just like a
pair of fabric things.
Greg with the double down.
A bolo is a string. It's not a bolo though. The KFC thing is a different thing. It's not a bolo. I know it's not a bolo. I don't think so.
It could be a bolo.
I think a bolo is the leather string that you close with the lapis lazuli thing. That's a bolo. It's not a string. The bolo is like a braided piece of leather. A neckerchief is what you wear if you're Peter Bogdanovich or oh man, who was the guy who was always on like Match Game and stuff? Charles Nelson Riley. Those are the only two people who I can think of that wear a neckerchief.
I don't know. So, okay, you really wanted to talk about what, because you felt you wanted to teach people. You wanted to teach people? You wanted to help people out?
I get shit on my. These are the things I'm concerned with. You know, when I got a bee in my bonnet. That's a string tie. Maybe it's a string tie. I
like a Western bow tie.
I got something in my noggin, and I want to chat about it. That's like what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
But
have you seen the movie Salvador?
It's a movie Salvador. I guess not. Is it about Dali?
Oh my gosh. No, it is. It's about El Salvador, and it's about all the crazy shit that was going on there, like School of Americas.
Yeah.
You know, we trained a lot of
the bad shit.
Future warlords of the region.
Oh yeah.
We were like, definitely Big Hat. Come to Georgia. Come to Georgia. We'll teach you how to be a military leader. And those guys were like, thanks for the training. I'm going to fillet some skin off of women and children and put some heads on some sticks. Thanks for
some fucked up shit, man.
Thanks for teaching us all this cool stuff. And that's what happened.
So, yeah, I mean, so we're, I don't know. I mean, we've been the bad guys a lot. You got a dog in the show? Wait, are you sitting on like a wooden dining room chair?
Yeah, the other chair is in the other room, and I was lazy, and I didn't want to pull it in here.
Well, good.
This is very uncomfortable.
How big is your home? You got like a 1,500 room mansion? Go get it. I'll wait.
That's fine.
You're such a martyr. You're just gonna sit there and be in agony this whole time?
It gives me something to talk about.
Oh my God. Jesus. You really do.
Ari did a lot of dishes today. I did. Get a proper chair. I think I'm going to get a...
How did you leave New York? It's not possible. You were so New York.
I do. I miss it a lot.
Man won't even change his chair. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Well, so we're selling weapons to both sides of the Iran-Iraq thing. And then the Sandinistas happened in '79, and Reagan. Did you know that Reagan started the House Un-American Activities Committee in Hollywood and the Hollywood Blacklist? That was like his legacy before he was president, or before he was governor even?
Wait, I'm sorry. I was watching the chat. Say that again?
Like the Hollywood Blacklist, the blacklist that people talk about. Reagan was its architect in the 40s.
Not the Gipper.
Yeah, that was like him, John Wayne, and Hedda Hopper. They started it together. They wrote a letter to Congress.
McCarthy.
Yeah, I don't think that they went straight to McCarthy. McCarthy's the guy who just picked up the thing and ran with it. And they were like, yeah, there's a bunch of communists out here in Hollywood. You got to do something about it. So that was his idea. And so,
well, we've got to take down those commies.
Yeah, he really hates commies. He also, when he was governor of California, he kind of created some of the first gun control laws in the country to disarm the Black Panthers, a leftist group. So he... oh, God. Avery wants an intro. Avery wants an intro. You're right. We should do the intro. It would be weird now. We'll put it in a minute. And so you get to 79. The Sandinistas take over Nicaragua. He wants to do something about it. He goes to Congress, for war authorization, for basically to get money to pay. I think actually they just started arming them, and then Congress hauled him in, and they were like, yeah, you needed to ask us for appropriations. And it was like this veto-proof, like, no, we are not arming the Sandinistas. You're not allowed to do that. And so they got together, Reagan and his inner circle there, George H.W. Bush, and said, well, what we got is we have all this money that Congress doesn't know about, because Congress also doesn't know that we've been selling weapons to Iran. We have like a couple $1 billion lying around that we can't tell anybody about. You know what we could do with that? We could just buy weapons for the Sandinistas with that money, because no one knows that money even exists. We got to launder it anyway. So at this point, the White House is just running a straight-up money laundering criminal enterprise of international arms sales and war crimes, selling to both sides of a conflict, skimming the profits and using it to buy weapons for another armed conflict that he was expressly told by Congress, by us, by the law, you may not do that. When the planes get down to Nicaragua, right? Of course, when you unload the weapons, the planes are empty. And some enterprising Nicaraguans and CIA agents had this great idea. You know what those planes that got to go back to America could be filled with? Cocaine. So we can send the cocaine back to America for more money to buy more weapons. Now, the Sandinistas, the Contras. The Sandinistas are the cool guys. Well, that's a matter of perspective. You don't have to like the Sandinistas, I don't care. But the Contras that we're arming are straight up death squads, just like exactly what you were saying about flaying people alive and shit. And so we start flying cocaine back into the country. Now, right around that same time, all these coke dealers in America are like, holy shit, cocaine just got so fucking cheap. Like, really cheap. Like, just like free. What was this super luxurious, like the Cristal of drugs that nobody could afford, was suddenly just fucking everywhere. And that's where you get the crack epidemic from. And I just think it's super crazy that they got caught. Reagan, Bush, all these guys were caught. The GOP got caught already in the 80s committing treason, war crimes, you name it, and continue to exist as a party. People talk about, like, how you got to get those insurrectionists. You got to punish those people. We got to bring them to account, or else they're going to come back and harder. That's what happened. It happened in the 80s, and it's
they weren't. That wasn't in the name of trying to dismantle our country.
I mean, I think that when Congress writes
that
a
was
law,
all done in the name of let's help our country. This is for America. That's not, and like we need to raise money to pay off these people. Like they spun it in a way. I don't know how these people are spinning it.
Yeah, I guess there's an argument to be made.
Take over and kill Nancy Pelosi. I mean, that's insane.
Well, yeah, I guess I could see that they have I don't know. He has at least a little bit of skin to hide behind there. The skin to hide behind. That's not the way I want to say it. I don't know. I just think that I mean, when Congress says you're not allowed to do something, and then you go and do it. Super illegally. That is kind of already dismantling the country. You have dismantled. Right? Isn't that how that works? But I was gonna say is that I don't know. Yeah, I'm just shocked that's not a party-ending scandal. It just strikes me that it should have been. I mean,
Greg, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the GOP, as we know it, is going to implode, and do you think there's going to be another party coming out of this thing?
Honestly, I think that there's so much. This is my point, right? Like, I think that the GOP has no legitimate and I hate to explain this. They have no legitimate ideas, right? In that, I mean, not a single one of their policies that anybody has ever expressed to me is backed on, like, verifiable research or a desire to help people. That's all backed on fuck you or emotional appeals, like just we like the way things were when they were like this. Like, when people say, like, what about small government? That's a good idea. I'm like, can you prove that though? Because I think the numbers are not actually there with you. I think that studies would show that is not actually a great idea. So I think that there's actually such a wide breadth. Like the Democrats are too big. That party should split. and the people who are stuck in the GOP should be like, get out. They should just not have a party, honestly. But yeah, I do think that they're in a weird juncture where, no, ultimately I think the GOP will hold together. I think they will. I don't think they'll split because they're too, maybe they're not, I don't know, but I think that for the most part the people involved are too savvy, too calculated. They know that if that happens, that's it, it's over. There's totally 100% irrelevant forever. and that
Yeah,
maybe
but look, Kaylee says, nah, Moscow Mitch is going to throw Trump under the bus to make mainstream, quote unquote, mainstream Republicans look like the reasonable conservatives. Trademark. I
respect the trademark.
I don't think that. I don't think that's possible. I think that'll be tough.
I don't think that he will have to. Honestly, I don't think he'll have to. I think that in 2 years, everybody's kind of sense of wanting to return to normalcy, people are going to forget Trump, which is what my point is that like Ollie North went on to host a show on Fox News and on Russia Today, and then became the head of the NRA, and did just fine after falling on his sword in the wake of the Iran Contra. My mom, growing up, my mom would tell me when he was on TV what a great real American he was, and like people just they don't. I think people just want things to be normal, and so in a matter of not very long, you will just not think about this, and that they will rely on that, and they will become normal again, and that's what will happen. And that, but I could be wrong. I don't see him having to throw. Because I think that if he has to throw him under the bus, that will effectively split the party. Because Trump won't, unless they assassinate him. He's not just going to go away, right? He will go and start his own party.
Yeah, Rumalata, I agree with you. I think it's more fear of the Trump base. And yeah, there are some people saying, no, actual fear of being, shot or something
That's what they're saying.
that.
That's what I hear that
I
they're
think
saying.
that these people, turns out there's a lot more of them than we thought. We thought it was, only, a quarter of the GOP. Turns out it's a bigger portion. Everybody drank the Kool-Aid, and I think they're mainstream.
Yeah.
They're mainstream, and all these guys, they have no footing anymore because they can't say, well, we're the party of reasonable spending. I mean,
No.
They can't do that anymore. They got behind him.
They couldn't really even make that argument before, but like now they really can't make that argument. It's absurd. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the cure for this situation is it's just a pill that nobody's willing to take.
Wait, Greg. What is the pill? Oh no, that's usually when crazy starts coming out of somebody's face when they say they're not willing to do what they need to do. What is it that they need to do?
I mean, how do you go to work with a guy like Ted Cruz? Like, I think that it should just be a fucking. I think the Democrats literally should just be like, if he's in the room, we're leaving. Like, if this guy's in the room, we're leaving. It's fucking. Cowley, whatever, like all the fucking insurrectionist Nazis. Like, we just physically can't, we don't feel safe here. Sorry, no work's gonna happen, bye. And just like, I really don't understand how you've got a situation where you've got people who are literally trying to dismantle the government holding the levers of power. What's the fix for that?
There's just so much money in MAGA. There's so much money. They are buying so much merch. You look at that insurrection, and that is
great fundraiser.
They were all wearing Trump shit, and like they're all wearing their names and merch and waving flags. Like that was all purchased for the most part, through the Trump website.
Oh yeah, man. The fucking the flags, man. You got a lot of flags where you're at over there in the Cali?
I was walking past somebody's house and they had blacked out covered their windows with Trump signs. So there was no light coming in. There was only Trump coming out.
That's a metaphor. Boy, does that say a lot. Damn.
Yeah.
Is that an anomaly, or would you say what ratio of like Trump flag houses to non-Trump flag houses would you say you have there?
Yeah, I think the Trump flags, for the most part, a lot of them are coming down. I'm sure a lot of these people love Trump, but
2 out of 10 here. I would say every 10 houses, you're going to see 2 that have the Trump flags on them. And usually, a lot of flags. usually a lot of flags. There's a couple that are like, I saw one that was Trump 2021. Finally, somebody with some balls. I like that one. That was a good one. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I mean, he was running for re-election. So if it's finally did he have an operation between his first term and his second to get them balls put in? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. They bought that stuff. That is so much money. These politicians just dream of somebody just buying their T-shirt to the extent that these Trump people did, or that everybody did of Trump.
There's a couple around here too that are. I see it's a fairly common one. It's just a picture of Trump holding an M60 machine gun. I think it's like a Photoshop of Rambo. It says "Make liberals cry again." That's one I see again a lot.
They really hate us. They really, really hate us. It was. Maybe it was taking Roseanne off the air.
Their patron saint Roseanne.
Yeah, something. They are pissed. They are pissed that Roseanne got off the air and Jerry Seinfeld is lauded as and praised and looked up to as a comedian. And Roseanne Barr not so much. They like to own the lib, to own it and make you feel shitty. It's just so much resent.
I think it's the ecstasy of violence.
Resentment is just baked into the whole thing. They called us. They did this.
Have you ever won a fist fight?
No.
Just curious. Yeah. I think it's that. I think that it's just what I call the ecstasy of violence. And it's just like it overcomes you, and it becomes like your whole political identity.
6 off center. Is Jerry Seinfeld even considered that liberal? I don't think so. I mean, no, definitely
not at all.
Actually.
I don't think not even remotely.
Just the idea of
but he is considered Jewish.
That there's 2 Americas. There's the New York elite, and there's, I don't know, somebody in a trailer park. I guess that's the distinction. And they're like, country music versus everybody else. I mean, it's a total lie. That's not how things are. We all know, but I'd say that I was only using Seinfeld as a sitcom reference.
No, I don't think he's a wrong reference, honestly, though. I don't think he's wrong. I don't really think that there are any left-wing sitcoms. I think that the idea of like the last vestiges of 3-camera sitcom work are only really appealing to places 400 miles away from an ocean. He's left of Michael Richards. Well, I don't actually, honestly, I don't know that Michael Richards has a political opinion that people portray. I think that he had a mental breakdown on stage. Isn't that what actually happened? I don't really know what that guy's about.
I think he just got caught up. No, he got caught up in it.
I never saw the clip. You think that's the real Michael Richards?
I think he just didn't know how. I think he tried to say something and it didn't work, and he was like, "I'll just fucking go with it."
Here we go, going all the way. I don't really.
He's just not that talented of a comedian to pull that off. However, Stanley Spadowski is a great American hero.
Oh, Stanley Spadowski. Yeah. Did you see this? The movie that's it's a ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's, that video game, and it's coming out, and it's got the guy who's in everything, Nicolas Cage, is in it, and he fights like animatronic puppets with a mop. I think that the character was written as a dark, gritty reboot of Stanley Spadowski, based on the trailer.
That's great.
I really do think that it's Stanley Spadowski.
Okay, so My Pillow Guy just got Twitter banned.
Cool. That's great. Ban him.
I guess.
Ban him. This song has lyrics. Let's skip it. I like this one. Granny's Leaves Are Golden. It's a good track. What else is new in Ari Town out there, man?
Oh, man, just stressed. I called up my friend. I was on the phone with Sandy today.
Sandy Danto.
He was Sandy Danto. And he was kind of like talking me down. I was just having a rough pandemic day, you know.
I guess I do, yeah, man. You got a kid on the way, too.
Not,
freaks you
just
out.
not, it was not, just a shitty day. I've just had these shitty days, like nothing bad's particularly happening in my world. In fact, good things are happening. It's just, I'm just really feeling the pandemic. I feel like really closed in. I feel really just a lot of time with my wife. I love her very much. It's so much time together, and it's just a lot.
I saw a
I mean, everybody's going through that, so.
I saw a headline recently that said that, the pandemic baby boom we were expecting to happen isn't. It's actually a pandemic divorce boom. And a lot of people are just not having children at all, like ever. Oh boy. They've just been like the exact opposite. They're like actually like economists are like, oh shit, the future is bleak because there will not be enough people thanks to the pandemic. That is an economic collapse, like, a depression on the horizon right there. They can chart that, which is interesting. Because low birth rate's an issue. So first off, I want to thank you and me for doing our parts to counter that. All right.
Yeah. I love that. Ilbu. I have a buddy who is required to go into the office once a week. He actually just needs some quiet, alone time from his family. Yeah. I have a buddy who faked COVID.
No.
Yeah, he faked COVID and he stayed at a hotel because he was like, I needed to get away.
You gotta feel guilty.
How about that?
Because like your wife didn't get away.
Yeah, well, she got away.
How'd she get
some
away?
time away.
Is she with the kids?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine bringing a child into the world before the pandemic. I'm sure as fuck not even considering doing it if there's a pandemic on.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about bringing children into the world is that it requires very little consideration on your part. You can just fuck up and it happens.
Do this. Yeah, do this, Greg.
Whoa! It's like MTV Cribs. What's happening?
Yo, I'm Dave what's his name? Dan
What's
Cortez.
that Dave Kulo?
Dan Cortez.
Dude, I wish Dave Coulee fucking hosted MTV's Cribs. Wow, this bedroom's crazy. You gotta cut it out.
Was he cut it out?
Yes.
Or was he cut it out?
Yeah, that's just fantastic. So, wait, what's your camera on that you can move it that easily? It's on a gooseneck or something?
Yeah, it's on a little Joby Gorilla thing.
Oh shit, man! I might want to link to that because I am using a my rig is a little bit less flexible, and that might not be appropriate.
Dan Cortez.
We spelled it in sign language. Oh, maybe.
Ooh. What is it?
Yeah, how
I
do you
guess you
say
can't
it?
really show us it.
That'd be tough. I liked Robbie Williams, the British pop star. His MTV
Millennium.
Cribs, his MTV Cribs was hilarious. He just hired actors to be in the background of every room fucking as they went through the place. It's ridiculous.
Eyes of Sin, my partner's friend just recently announced that he and his girlfriend of 5 months are having a baby, as in she's been pregnant for 3 months. Both of them only just moved out of their parents' home. The concept of that scares me.
Moving quick.
Whoa.
Eyes, can I ask you? This is not really a big stream question. Eyes, are you interested? Are you in the chat Discord? Are you active in the Discord? Is that like a thing you're into? Are you into the Discord?
Like
Answer.
overall Discord?
Well, no, like our Discord. She's a patron, so she's on the Discord. Well, can you be a mod? I need another. We were thinking about making you another mod, but if you don't want the job, it's fine. Shoot me a DM.
Hey, what are the benefits of becoming a mod?
Dude. Well, first off, the benefits. I mean, tailored pants, gemtone colors,
Is there a uniform?
white belt. You need a Vespa with multiple mirrors all the way up the sides.
Okay. Yeah, does it come with healthcare?
Zipper boots. Very fucking cool. Like smoking habit that you will have to develop. Oh wait, we're talking about moderating in Discord. I thought we were talking about the mods.
King of the mods. King of the mods.
I thought we were talking about quadrophenia. Now the benefits of it are there are no benefits. It's there's no upside at all. It's just doing me a big favor, honestly.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, our Eyes has a following of her own.
She does.
I mean, she's got she streams and she does quite well. I watched her stream a few times. She kicks butt.
I wasn't putting her. I don't want to put you on the spot. If it's a burden that you would rather not assume, then please don't accept. Don't accept.
We're friends with Claire Danes, Omar Epps, and Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh no,
You're in the
that's
mod squad.
that's the Mod Squad. That's a remake. First off of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've been a
that's all.
serial moderator for years.
That's all. Oh man.
Okay, so Greg, you wanted to talk politics tonight. That you texted me early this morning. You said thoughts on discussing the
Iran-Contra affair. It was
Iran
specific.
Contra.
It was very specific. Well, because I'm thinking about doing a podcast about dark periods in history that people don't know about. I always joked that it would be called and guess who else was a fucking Nazi that you didn't know about, and it would just be like looking at the secret shitheads of history that people have all been whitewashed up and forgotten about, like Coco Chanel, Henry Ford, Prescott Bush.
Why Coco Chanel?
She was a Nazi. She
Yeah,
was
like what level Nazi?
She was a secret agent for the Gestapo.
Okay, so like pretty high up.
Yeah, she was like a real, actual Nazi.
Got it.
Yeah, she had a there was this thing that like she hated the fact that a lot of the seamstresses that worked in her factories were Jewish, and also some of her partners were Jewish, and the minute that the Nazis rolled through and took France, she fired everybody because she didn't want to be in a position to cover for people through employment. She wanted her employees to get picked up and sent to the camps, and by making them unemployed, she knew they'd be first in line.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, no, she's like real fucking piece of shit. She was also dating some high-level Nazi official. I forget which. And then she tried to rob her partners who were... I would have to do refresh my research on this to really answer this. There was something where she had partners who ended up owning a big piece of her fragrance line, and she was trying to basically rip them off, but they, who were Jewish, they couldn't own property, they signed their shares over to American businessmen, people who, on just like word of honor, were like, we will hold this in our name until it's safe for you to have it back. And then they did. They just gave it back for free when the war and the hostilities were over. So she was unable to use her influence over the Nazi party to seize the property that she felt she was owed because it was in America, effectively her percentage of the business. And now that family, now actually own the Chanel brand. So, ironically, the Chanel brand itself, I mean, you almost wish you could, like, toss its history aside. I mean, I guess they've tried to, right? But like, I also feel like Coco Chanel, like she gets quoted so casually, like every ghost have a little black dress, and also a gas chamber in the basement. Like I don't like she's a fucking Nazi, like a Nazi, like a death's head, fucking kill you Nazi piece of shit. Yeah. The other one too that always gets whitewashed is Rommel, the good German. Not good at all. He's another Nazi.
I read your damn book, Rommel. I read your damn book, you glorious bastard.
You know, I've actually never. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, fuck you, Greg. It is so good.
It's Patton, right?
It is, and it's like an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, perfectly acted movie. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it.
George C. Scott is super good. He is.
Yeah, he's just like better than everybody. He was really good in 12 Angry Men.
I love 12 Angry Men. That's a great one. 12 Angry Men was a good.
You don't stab like this. You stab like this. That's what 12 Angry Men taught me.
Did you ever see what was that other one? Oh man, the ghost movie he was in is so weird. He's like a music professor and he moves into like this haunted house after his wife and kid die, and it's just like it's a very strange film. Yeah, dude, LBJ was definitely racist. I got bad news for you. They were all racist, but they could be compelled to behave in non-racist ways.
Sure.
But
is Patton better or worse than When Harry Met Sally? Different type of movie, and also
tough comparison. It's what? It's Patton.
Also, it's better.
I saw Harry Met Sally for the first time a few years ago, and I was like, I kind of felt like all of the. Have you seen that one recently?
What?
When Harry Met Sally?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
Do you feel like every adult in it is written as if they are 13 years old? It seemed like these are all just children wearing grown-up skin. I just felt like.
Isn't that the mark of a good comedy, though?
I don't know. Is it? Is that the secret? And I codified it when I was watching it.
Isn't that every chick flick? It always is like they do some really, really stupid things, and then at the end they're like, "Oh, the moral of the story is I shouldn't have done that really stupid thing."
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why it's not. It's supposed to just fucking playback mode.
Better than When Harry Met Sally, unsubbed and reported. I mean, it's a really great movie.
When Harry Met Sally.
I think that Patton might have more balls to it.
Well, it does. I mean, let's not rank it on balls.
It's just like a really, really great movie with Carl Malden.
That's kind of an interesting idea though for a blog or vlog or content. I don't know how you'd wrap it up, but like just like movie face off, two completely dissimilar movies each week go hell in a cell, and one's got to win. And
that's a good podcast, right there.
It's a comedy versus a horror film. It's okay. This week we're doing City Lights versus The Toxic Avenger.
I love The Toxic Avenger. Toxic Avenger.
See, it'd be tough.
My life. I'm gonna say The Toxic Avenger.
Really?
Is one of the greatest indie movies of all time.
Wow. Huh. We need to have more than two people involved in this voting because there needs to be a tiebreaker. You can't just have two people argue. Schindler's List versus Mrs. Doubtfire. Yes. The more offensive the pairing, the better, I think.
I'd say Mrs. Doubtfire is really good. It's really, really good.
Life Force versus Splash actually makes sense. That's a fair comparison. Those movies are on equal level.
Moonstruck versus Wind Talkers. I've never seen Wind Talkers.
I've never seen Moonstruck.
You've never seen Moonstruck?
Nah, never saw it.
Ooh, it's a great movie. You got to watch it with your wife. It's one of those.
Of course it is.
I lost my hand. I lost my bride. Johnny didn't lose his hand. Johnny didn't lose his bride. Is it Johnny or Jimmy? That's why Nick Cage is the greatest American actor of all time.
He's something.
If you listen to his, there's like a good YouTube series about, I don't know, it's like Esquire's greatest, talking with great actors about their greatest roles. And they talk with Nick Cage, and he talks about his acting style. He created his own American acting style.
Oh,
He
really?
said realism was getting really big, and I thought, I'm really into German New Wave film, and I wanted just like grand expressions. And he's going
Wow.
through all of his.
He like thought this out.
Oh yeah,
That's so shocking.
like in Moonstruck, he's talking about like he wanted it after, what was it, like in Frankenstein, because he was like, I'm kind of a Frankenstein character because he doesn't have a hand, and he's like, it's kind of like Frankenstein when like it's alive, and
Oh,
he's
wow.
pointing at his hand. He's like, I took that, I used that, but he is totally out there, and he
Yeah,
has
he must
created. His characters are so bizarre.
I had no idea that he was like that. He thought about that much. There's like an interview. I've never heard it, but a friend kind of related it to me. An interview with Christopher Walken, and they were asking him, how did you end up talking the way you do? Where does that come from? And he was like, well, I kept going on auditions, and they wouldn't hire me. And at some point, I got it in my head, it's because they probably just don't remember me. So I decided to just do everything. I would break down my script and just do it wrong. Just do it the way that no person would ever say this line. And they, and it worked. And so once it worked once, I had to keep doing it. I thought that was a fascinating, like, that's brilliant, actually.
Yeah, it's really cool. Face Off was amazing. I love it all. All that weird shit.
I can't, have you seen Mandy? People are raving about that movie. I can't get through it. It's too fucking boring. I watched like the first half an hour and I was like, oh my god, when is something gonna happen? This is making me nuts.
Kaylee in the Discord wants to know, what's with that Greg is Live channel? Well, I'm in that room, and Greg is Live is me and Greg, and we're listening to the music. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so Kaylee is a new patron. Kaylee, welcome to the Patreon. Thank you for joining up. And she's talking about the patrons Discord, and there is a channel, and I didn't know anybody could see it, called Greg is Live. And all it is the music feed or sound effect feed from my Macintosh, so that when we play Cyberpunk or other tabletop role-playing games, the sounds that I am pumping into the show can also wind up in the headphones of the players. And it's just like a weird, it was a backdoor trick that I came up with to have a secondary audio channel for those purposes. I mean, if you have access to it and you can listen to it, you will have another way to hear the music in the background of this show. Ari, I wanted to be doing this on Zencastr today. I wanted to set that up and test that out. That was one of my goals, but I got behind.
You messed it up.
Well, no, I just got behind. Have you ever set it up? Have you ever used it? You've used it, right?
Never. I don't know what Zencastr is. No.
What?
What's Zencastr?
It's this thing for podcast recording, where we could be doing this conversation and both of our computers would be synchronized recording a local version of the file, and then it would upload them both to one spot so that we could put them together and have multi-track audio for the edit. I want to start using it for kind of all my live streams, anything that we plan on making a podcast out of. Yeah.
Greg, were you invited to that new social media platform? Clubhouse?
Yeah, it's awful. It's fucking garbage. I was
Forget about it. I like it.
I was in there
drumming up some drama.
You don't need it, man. You don't need Clubhouse in your life. You know what it is? It is.
No. Is it Instagram?
Oh, no. It is live audio chat, but not chat. It's like, it's TED Talks. It's a bunch of people get funneled into a room to listen to somebody talk, or maybe have an interview, or maybe a few people talk on quote stage, and they like verbally speaking through your phone, and everybody is basically selling either their get rich QuickBook or their multi-level marketing plan. Like, it is the worst. It is absolute garbage. I got into it because I saw that people were talking about this video room that had happened where Mr. Beast was in there giving all of his secrets away and shit. And I was like, I don't mind picking that guy's brains. And then I went to sign up and I found out that like that was probably just like a one-time thing that happened. So I don't think you need that shit in your life.
This one says The Founder. Have you seen The Founder? McDonald's movie about their founder. I love that movie. One of my favorite movies. It's fantastic.
It's one of your favorite movies? Is that high in your rank? You just
it
saw
is.
it. It's already in the top favorites? How big is your list of favorites?
Probably like 30.
Okay. It's in the top 30 films. Top 30.
So good. Because it's not a Hollywood movie. He's definitely not a normal main character.
No.
He's a piece of shit.
He is.
You see him do his piece of shit thing. There's next to no redeeming qualities. And at the end, you're like, I still believe he was the good guy in this because he had the bigger dream.
It does just leave you kind of conflicted. Yeah. I thought that was... It doesn't... Yeah, I like that movie a lot for that reason, too. He is a total piece of shit, but it was like, is he the worst piece of shit in this? I don't even know.
Well, if McDonald's is if we're all thinking just for that movie, like, yes, McDonald's needs to be created. The thing that he got from the brothers, that wasn't McDonald's. He created McDonald's. And he was right.
McDonald's is a land scheme. I think of it more just as like, it's kind of hard to fault the guy for just playing the game better than everybody else. Like, he's just playing by the rules that we all apparently have agreed upon, right? And he's just kind of better at it. I don't really fault him for that. I do think that like cheating on your wife, and I hope I'm not ruining anything, but like he's a scumbag. I do think that that's pretty shitty, but I guess they stuck together. Maybe that's true love, It's like his second great true love.
No, they didn't. What are you talking about?
His second, the lady that he left his wife for.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I told you my old boss was the guy who created the McRib.
No, I don't remember you telling me that.
Yeah. He would joke that he was responsible for creating childhood obesity.
Oh God.
I mean, he is a really great guy.
Where did you have a job? What job did you have? I'm not familiar with
when I was in
job.
Los Angeles from 2007 until 2012.
Yeah, like a day
I
job.
was working as a bellman in a hotel, but at the same time, I was also working for a children's placemat company with an artist. And her uncle was this guy who's just outrageously wealthy and super nice and very talented in business. And he taught us a ton. And he went in front of the congressional hearings. Was that it?
Yeah, could have been.
About obesity and McDonald's role in that.
Oh, wow.
And he got up and said, McDonald's is nutritious. And they were like, sir, how can you honestly say that?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one to sell.
And he's like, no, of course it is. It contains nutrients.
Okay.
Therefore, it's nutritious. And then they said, well, by that way of thinking, you could even say that Coca-Cola is healthy. And he goes, of course Coca-Cola is healthy. It contains water, and water sustains all of life.
The poison is in the dose. You're only supposed to have one bite of this hamburger. It was you fucked up when you ate the whole thing. What hotel were you a bellman at?
I was a bellman for years and years at Avalon Hotel, not the Avalon, just Avalon Hotel in Beverly Hills, California.
Were you good at
It used to be a convalescent home, and like lots of lots of people would come in, lots of celebrities would come in and have affairs there. Because it was just shitty enough that nobody would be looking for you there.
So you were like you were the guy who keeps things quiet down at the Honeymoon Hotel.
Yeah. What's his name? What's his name? He played Rhodes in Iron Man 1.
Oh.
Terence Howard.
Yeah.
Terence Howard. He would bring in just multiple women at the same time.
He's dishing. Guys, we're getting a dish here.
Multiple women, and one day he came in. We were like, "Mr. Howard, welcome. We just read that you got married. Congrats." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Tell this girl to just come on up. Just show this girl right on up." And it was like days after he got married.
Yikes.
Piece of shit.
I stayed at I stayed at a fancy place when we went to LA. It was part of my honeymoon. And we stayed at the what was that place called? Sunset Tower.
Oh sure.
This
is good.
And when we were staying there, there's the maitre d' there is, I guess, famous. He's like he's real famous. As a matter of fact, he was in Bill Murray's Netflix Christmas special from a couple of years ago as himself, which blew my fucking mind. This guy, God, what's his damn name? Shit. Anyway, Dimitri, the Macedonian maitre d', and we were Bill Murray did a Christmas special a couple years ago. Not Scrooge. He like literally did like a Christmas special about him being trapped in the Carlisle, actually, in New York, which is interesting. Yeah, Dimitri. And so we just checked in, and then we were like, well, let's get dinner. We've been driving all day. We'll sit down. And we're in like the lounge having dinner. And who's that actor? I can never remember his fucking name. He's 1,000 feet tall. He's so much larger in real life than you're prepared to find. Vince Vaughn. He's huge. Is sitting there talking to some friends or whatever. And then my wife and I are sitting there and we're like, this is nice, it's great, we're having a drink, having some dinner. And then Dimitri comes over and he goes, who are you? And I was like, hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Greg, it's my wife Megan, we just got married. Who are you? We're tourists from New Jersey. He's like, we do not have tourists from New Jersey here. I find out who you are. And then he leaves. And so began my stay at the Sunset Tower. We only stayed there, I think, 3 nights, but it was cool. It was a nice place.
Nice.
Yeah, Vince is very, very tall. It was alarming how large that man was. He was alarmingly large. He made the room feel small.
Very legal Vader. Hey, Greg, here's a fun fact for you. The guy third in line of the presidential succession has been in 5 Batman movies.
The guy third in line from president. Who's third in line?
I just saw that. That was on CNN.com. He is a Batman fanatic.
Who, Schumer?
What's the guy's name?
Who else would it be?
CNN.com.
Third in line would have to be. I thought it was Speaker of the House.
Patrick Leahy.
Oh,
Patrick
President.
Leahy.
Okay, so the pro tempore, which is a temporary rotating spot. Gotcha.
Let's see. He's a Democrat from Vermont and the longest-serving member of the current Senate. He's a Batman aficionado who's turned his fandom into philanthropy. He even used the comics to forward his legislative agenda. Wow. Interesting. He loves Batman. Wow, there he is with all these he's just
Alright, we're back. Hey, how's it going? Sorry.
No, we back.
I don't really know exactly, still I don't know what happened. I think that what happened, honestly, I think that I had an interruption in my internet connection. I think that my service got interrupted. I think it was like the wind blew down a power line or something like that. I just lost it. Oh yeah, we'll do the intro. Let's do that. Is it?
Yeah, the music is loud, Greg. Turn down that music, would ya? Hey, Greg, start a freestyle. You're a rapper. Do it. Yo, I need more snare.
Is that a common request?
That's the main request.
Got it.
There's no snare in my headphones.
Wow, I didn't realize that was like a thing. Let's see. We're gonna add in the playback scene. Bleep. Okay, put that up top there. Okay, here we go. The first thing I gotta do is we do have to actually mute the audio. Show intro. Is it this one? The intro couldn't be seen. I am an idiot. The intro, we watched it because
I
it was
didn't.
yeah, I was in studio mode. And studio mode I'm an idiot. Here we go again.
Damn studio mode.
Intro running in 5, 4, 3.
Supposed to change their whole way of life.
Well, it's tough to change your whole way of life.
But should I tell this to the stream? No, that's a stupid story.
I mean, you're allowed. You're allowed.
I'm allowed.
Let's call this sound set After Dark.
Ooh,
It's a show theme. It's
great.
A thing. Yeah,
It's a thing.
it's a thing on how to drink after dark. It's a show I do.
Hey, do you find the end of SNL like semi-offensive? Human being, just
Go
a
for
bunch
it.
of people
Tell me what you got.
who just performed for you, for them to be up there clapping for themselves. You don't see that on any other profession. It's not like a doctor doesn't finish surgery and then everybody's like,
Nice
We did
work, Doc. I think they do.
We did it.
I know. I think
we
that they
did
do.
it. No, they don't. They go outside, they leave the room, and they're like, I'm God. I have the power of God in my hands. Theaters
All right,
do
when
that?
when we used to do improv, we used to go out and take a bow and just, yeah.
Yeah, but the end of SNL is a good 3 minutes long. It's just them. And everybody's like, has their arm around each other. And they're like, we did it. We did it.
There's a lot of credits to get through.
We did it. Why are we still clapping?
It's a lot of credits. A lot of credits to get through.
At least in Living Color, everybody would be like, yeah, we did it. And now let's all just dance. But like a clap is very...
In Living Color was a good show.
Okay, Baron. Actors come on stage and applaud and take a bow. They're applauding each other and they're applauding everybody else. This has nothing to do with anybody. This is just SNL being like, we did it. We're the greatest. We're the greatest. Sorry, I have some issues.
Somebody said that this might be diet. No. It's horrible for you. It's like 48 grams of sugar. It's insane. It's 47 grams of sugar. It's fucking madness.
Elbow, do you really think that's what the cast of SNL is doing? Music is a little loud for your voices. Anyone else notice that?
Oh, dear.
There.
I was telling Greg about one of my favorite shows I've ever seen. It was called I Eat 33,000 Calories a Day. And it was about morbidly obese people in the UK. And the whole aim of the show is that they track what these people eat. And then they remake all of the food. And they bring the person out and they're like, you have a problem. I mean, of course they have a problem. They can't wash themselves. It's a very sad thing. However, the last guy, after eating, and he's got a whole pulley system to get Chinese food up to his flat. They remake all of the food. It's the first time he gets out of bed in years because he wants to see all this food. And he gets out, and it's so much food. It's a huge banquet table. And he gets out, and he just starts crying. He starts crying. And he goes, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. This is so delicious. And he eats it all. He ate everything that he ate in the entire day, all like a ton of food, and he just ate it all again. And that was 33,000 calories.
I gotta push a button.
A genius way.
Ari, I'm gonna push a button on your camera, and we're gonna lose you for a split second while I do it. There, back. I just switched codecs.
And that is how cold fusion works.
You know, there was a British documentary show that many years ago my wife and I watched. It was like a 4 or 5 episode docu-series about swingers in the UK.
Oh, with Louis Theroux.
Who?
What?
Who's Louis Theroux?
Greg. What?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, he's a great journalist out of the UK, and he does all these things. And you're thinking about Louis Theroux doing his swingers doc.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look
Keep
this
going.
up.
Keep going.
I don't know if it's that though. I don't know if it was that. Louis Theroux? I don't even know how to spell that. I'm guessing. There he is, Louis Theroux. Swinger doc. I'm gonna see if I can swing. He did a series called Weird Weekends. No, I don't think so. This was like 5 episodes just about the swingers of the UK. And it seemed like a parody at times. Like it was just so sort of... There was this one couple they followed, and they were just talking, like, they were talking about, like, you know, when we go to parties, you know, what happens. There's nothing really set in, you know, nothing very much is set. It's not planned. Right? If 2 people hit it off, and it just happens, right? And they were talking to the husband of the wife, and it's still they've been swinging for years, and they're still waiting for it to happen for him.
Oh.
Yeah. So exactly. So he's like, well, it's going to happen. And like they would go to like these like weekend long swingers parties, and he would just sit there like a wallflower, just be like, soon. Just and his wife is like having a nice time, and she would just like, they would be leaving, and she'd be like, it's gonna work out for you, don't worry. It's like, it's awful.
That's rough. That's really tough.
But like the way it was played, I was like, I really like, I got to a point where I was like, somebody wrote this. This is a parody. There's no way that like these characters are so like just like stereotype. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just seemed like a very dry comedy the way it was written. I don't think it was. Yeah. You ever play this game?
Rough.
This game, Ari, have you played this new video game, Hades?
No, is it good?
I don't know. People are telling me I gotta play it. It's supposed to be really good.
Do you get did you get HBO Max?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I had to.
Why did
like-
you have to?
What was it that we were watching something? I was like, I gotta have HBO fucking Max now. I guess like right now I have to have it. I think we were watching I think it was Watchmen was on when that rolled out.
Yeah. Yup. Oh, man.
Do you have it? Do you have the Max? You have the
No,
Max?
I don't. I use somebody's HBO password. I don't know if that gets me. I don't think it gets me HBO Max. However, I did just watch the true crime doc, Murder on Beach Avenue, a Murder on Mole Beach, Murder on Middle Beach.
I haven't seen it.
And it's really fucked up. I'm not a big fan of it. I finished it. We watched it all in one day.
You're not a fan of the murders?
No, the murder was really fucked up.
Oh.
And it was an interesting story, and it was a way that a murder documentary, or a true crime documentary. I've never seen anything like it, because it was the son of the victim.
Okay.
And he started making a documentary, and like you see his pilot, and he must have sold it to HBO, and he either doesn't have the skills to move forward on all these assumptions and not threats, but just like accusations that he's throwing out. It's just dangerous. You can't really do that
Yeah.
with a documentary. You're playing with people's lives, and it's going to be seen. And of course, now HBO puts their producers in. They're like, you have to confront your father for doing these things. And it's like, we're not even sure that has anything to do with it. And if it does, you should have the research ready to go to back up some of these claims.
Now I'm remembering that I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to watch that. That's, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. The eyes have said, I'm poly, but that swinger life is too much for me.
I guess I'm not really clear on the difference.
Oh, Greg, that is offensive to the poly community.
It's not offensive. I'm ignorant. I don't know. I'm not clear on the difference.
Okay, eyes, you tell me if I'm right. A swinger community, these are not lasting relationships, but a poly romance, it's like you're forming a new relationship. One's just getting your rocks off, and the other one is like you have to date somebody and like get to know them and like form a relationship. And having like more than one sounds just exhausting.
It does. Yeah, it does sound exhausting. How do I... There we go. All right, what I've just done was I opened up your face on my other computer because I feel like I'm having a...
Oh, wait, I can bring it up.
Well, no, it's got nothing to do with it. I mean, yeah, you should, but it's nothing about that. It's more just that I needed you to be in. My camera's up here, and I want to be looking into my camera as much as possible when I'm talking to you. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I don't know how the poly community is doing it. I mean, monogamy is tough, and by the rules, by the like transitive property, you would think that, well, poly would just be double or triple as tough because you're dealing with multiple relationships.
Well, I think they say it is, don't they?
Greg, let's just do like a little role play. Just pretend. Yeah, just tell just pretend. Okay, how about this? I'll tell you that I think we should be I think we should try poly. Okay, you're my girl. Say you're my girlfriend, right?
I'm your girlfriend.
Okay, so
hey, am I Kate? Am I your wife, or am I your side piece, your girlfriend, or am I just
you're my wife.
Other girlfriend?
You're my wife, and I'm
Kate.
going to tell you that I want to be poly. Okay? Because there can't be a really great way to do this.
Okay.
Hey, boo.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about something. You know I love you. And you know I care so much about you, but I feel like we should see other people while continuing on. Like I'd like to. I think it would be good for us, and you said that one time when you were drunk that you don't really believe in monogamy, or like monogamy's a tough thing to like get a hold on. One person forever. I mean, that's tough. And I don't think we should give in to that, right?
I agree and disagree. When I said that, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you're making it easy. I was drunk. I was working up the nerve to leave you. And so I think that seeing other people is a fine idea. But just go with that. Just go with that. Okay? So no.
Bummer.
Yeah.
It's tough. Hey, a lot of props to the people who are in the poly community, because that isn't impossible. I don't think I could have that conversation with my wife. Greg?
No, definitely not. I also think that I don't have the time. How do you have the time? My wife and I talk about that stuff. It's like, how do people have the time to cheat? I mean, I forget cheating. How do you have the time to have like another, like a multi-party relationship? I don't have the time for it, man. I don't know how you have the time for that. And by the way, I see that there's a guy in the room named Mitch. Mitch, are you Mitch from the bakery? From a way back? Are you that Mitch? Friendly Mitch? If
Or
you are, hi.
Is Mitch from Dazed and Confused?
Mitch? No. I never saw Dazed and Confused. The one and only Mitch. How you been, man?
Wow.
Mitch, Mitch was basically my connect. We used to use his studio to shoot How to Drink in ways back in the day. It was a cool place. It was a good setup for us. Mitch and I lived, quite by coincidence, in roughly the same neighborhood, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was another Upper West Sider. I'm not anymore.
What up, Mitch?
What up, Mitch? having multiple partners openly is easier since you don't have to hide anything. Yeah, but sure, it's easier in that regard, but they expect things from you, those partners. I mean, I don't have time for one partner, really. How do you have time for 2, 3? How do you do that? How do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough. I mean, the sexual thing, yeah, that's gotta be nice. Switch things up. Who doesn't think about that? But beyond sexual
Clip
stuff,
that
like
and send it home.
like I just don't know how you manage those. You have to like, relationships are hard, and it doesn't like get easier the more people that you have to deal with.
I mean, people are doing it.
It has to get, sure. That doesn't mean it's not harder.
So Eyes is explaining, my partner, my romantic partner, we are exclusive in that type of romance, but we're not physically exclusive. But now I am confused, and I'm
Right.
not gonna.
Because
What?
swingers, I thought, was just the
Right, I thought that's what I thought that. So Ari and I are squares. Where this goes, and I thought that what you're describing is swinging, and you said before that you're not down with swinging, and so I genuinely, how does it work, man? How does it work? How does it work? Orange says we don't have kids in 7 shows, Greg. Well, that's fair.
Yeah. That's got to be tough. But like,
Swinging is more of an event. Oh, I see. Ow. Okay. It's about the spectacle. I got that. Okay. Going to a key party. That's swinging. Got it. It's just like swing dancing. Yes, I suppose. Hey, here's the thing. Swingers. I never saw that movie. Do they swing dance or do they screw around? Which kind of swingers are they?
both.
Oh. Okay. I never saw that movie. There's a lot of movies I
I
never
think
saw.
monogamy just makes sense, but at the same time, I don't think one relationship is meant to last forever. So, and exclusivity is tough to manage when it comes to people's emotions. I think, as they said before, communication is key. I mean, I'm just doing it wrong then. I guess I don't know how to communicate. Ailboo says, couldn't polyamorous also be the type of loving relationship you have with very close friends? Like, Greg loves his wife in a different way than he loves his relationship with Ari. Good point, Ailboo.
That's
Or is
beautiful.
it Aleboo?
That's beautiful. That's
That is-
beautiful.
That is
Ailboo.
beautiful.
It's-
Greg did send me a holiday card this year, and that I am touched by holiday cards because I don't send holiday cards.
Right.
It's not something that I do. So when people send them to me, it deserves a thank you call.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like text worthy, Greg, or do you think it's call worthy?
When you got off the phone with me, I was like, Megan, we didn't call anybody when we got their cards. Did we fuck up? Are we supposed to call people? And she was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I don't know how this will fuck. It was, you know what it was, man? We just were like, let's send cards. We're grown-ups. We can actually do that this year. We're dag nabbit. We're going to send these cards.
Sure.
Felt like grown-ups. Greg and Ari are now fanfic. No.
I don't have sex with people I don't trust. And sometimes you don't really even need to have sex. You can just be cuddle buddies. You can have people you romantically care for, but don't sleep with. Sure. Okay, I don't send holiday cards either. Is it a Jewish thing? Because all my non-Jewish friends do like family photo shoots and send cards. I never understood it.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah, I mean, Jews don't really. There's some of my. I get some Jewish friends, but like, I'm from the part of Jewish America where it's like we strive to be wasps. We're just like really upset that we're not wasps.
That's funny. I don't get the cards either. We didn't send them at my house when I was a kid growing up. But we were kind of like, my house was kind of a wreck, So we weren't on top of a lot of things at the old teaching house.
I feel like I feel like I might even know Editor Deb. I thought about that before. I was like, I feel like I might know Editor Deb just from some of the things that Editor Deb's said in the past on stream. I think like if we did our 23andMe, we'd probably be from the same shtetl.
Oh God.
It would just like ping and be like, "Your 19th cousins."
What's a shtetl?
It's
it a neighborhood?
Yeah, it's like it's like Fiddler on the Roof Town. I'm demisexual, says Native Big Cat. I need to have an emotional connection to be intimate with somebody. Okay.
That's what demisexual means.
Okay.
I thought that meant partially sexual. Okay. I'm feeling good, Real Dutch. Oh, somebody was asking before, and I hope they're still here, because I wasn't ignoring them. I meant to get around to it. Was it you, Burger Bro? Uh-oh. Burger Bro does recognize you, Ari.
Yeah?
You've been spotted. Somebody was asking me where the new episodes are, and why I'm not making them. I took a little break from the tube, and now I'm getting back into it. I've shot a few new ones. They're on the way. Don't worry. As a matter of fact, I suspect you'll have a new episode very soon.
Oh.
Very soon. And it might be musical in its nature.
Wow.
So.
Wow, Burger Bro says I sound so familiar. I swear I've heard his voice before. Maybe. It's true. Yeah. Now, Greg, when you did a musical How to Drink, did you score the episode, or did you come up with the lyrics? Did you bring in a lyricist?
Yeah, actually, it's a one-man rendition of Starlight Express. Yeah, and I just roller skate around the bar, trying to fuck trains, and no, it's not a musical in that sense. Starlight Express, by the way, that's Andrew Lloyd Webber's other weird play about people on roller skates who are trains that want to fuck. Apparently.
Editor Deb says she's a Kohen. So who knows? Now, Greg, a Kohen is a special class of Jewish person. It is a high holy person. So if you see somebody who's a Kohen or a Cohen or a Cone, they are of that special sect. And there's something called a Pidyon Haben. Pidyon Haben. And
I know what that is. That's the apartment in the city that you use on the weekends.
It's a pied-à-terre. Pied-à-terre. Okay, a Pidyon Haben. This is, and I just found out about this. My wife is pregnant, and my mom called me up, and she's like, "Are you gonna do a Pidyon Haben?" And I said, "What's that?" And she said, "Well, that's where you." I'm reading from Wikipedia right here, because my mom was like, "You sign the baby over to a Kohen, and you buy the baby back for $5."
Why?
Right?
What's the origins of that shit?
And this is what Wikipedia says. The Kohen asks the father which he would rather have, the child or 5 silver shekels, which he must pay. The father states that he prefers the child to the money. Then he recites a blessing and hands over 5 silver coins.
So you're going to do that?
Come on, people. Come on.
That's a weird.
Just Shtetl Town, USA, man.
What's the origins on that?
you know, who knows?
that
Well, I
like
mean,
some-
it's definitely the origin for just like every piece of like anti-Semitic literature.
I was gonna say it's
ever.
not a good one. That doesn't.
Not
That's
good
not.
for the
That's
brand.
not helping. It's not helping.
Really not.
Oh fuck! Don't let the Q people find out about that. They're not. Jesus. Yeah. Damn. So are you gonna do that?
Hell yeah! It sounds awesome.
Where does this happen? Does it happen right in the hospital? Like,
I have no idea. I think it's
you have
it's
to go
like
to a special spot.
a few days later. I don't know. I'm going to get the child will be circumcised.
I kind of assumed, because I know that that's something that us Gentiles are up in arms about, but I didn't think there really would be any question about it for you.
Well, I have some friends who are working with the turtleneck, and they
I've never heard that expression.
yeah, they're Jews, and their parents just were like, you know what, we don't.
Fuck it.
This isn't necessary.
It's very
and
reform of them, I
That's
would
what
say.
they did. Oh yeah. But yeah, but it's pretty common in the U.S. I mean, most people are
Yeah,
in the U.S.
yeah. I think it's very common in the U.S.
Yeah.
You want to know the status of my penis? Is that what we're angling for here?
Am I asking you right now?
I mean, I feel like that's what you were leading for. You were just like, this place. Yeah, it's just really common, Greg. I don't know.
I wasn't. If you want to share with everybody whether or not.
I am.
you-
I have
heard
a
of the-
circumcised penis.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
This
kinda,
is once again. This is Getting to Know Greg After Dark, where we talk about circumcisions, and buying babies.
We should run the After Dark intro at this point. I think this has become an After Dark stream.
Oh shit! Are we about to get into a serious discussion about circumcision?
No. There's no serious discussion about it at all.
I think Andrew Yang is like very anti-circumcision,
he's
and
like,
he's running for New York.
well, that won't play well
mayor of
for
New
him.
York.
That won't work well for him in New York.
He is really. I mean, I was part of the Yang Gang when
Oh,
he was
were
running
you?
for president. I liked it. I thought he was talking about some interesting stuff.
Were you jumped in or First Blood? How did you get in the gang?
But he's ridiculous right now. I've been watching his Instagram, and he's
Yeah.
just like all of it. Because where the hell did he live before? Probably not New York. But now he's like running for the mayor of the city. And what do you have to do? You have to go to all the sites of New York City and show people that you're in the know.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing now. Stand by to edit Greg's Wikipedia page. As someone who likes wieners and has one, I prefer uncut. Hey, all right.
All right.
Avery. Nice.
G-
Avery.
Nice. Fucking nice.
Avery. Pro turtlenecks.
I've never heard that expression. My God. I don't know why I find that hilarious.
Okay, very legal Vader has a classic Jewish joke here.
Okay.
You should never buy grivenous from a moil.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you know grivenous? I feel like you would be a huge fan of grivenous.
I don't know what it is, but
It's rendered chicken fat.
oh, I probably would like that actually.
Yeah, it's really tasty.
I used to go to Barney Greengrass on the Upper West Side once in a while for a brunch.
Yeah.
And two things about Jewish brunch. One, kosher brunch sucks. It just sucks. You can't eat no cheese on my eggs. Come on. On my omelet, no cheese.
What?
Can't do that, right?
No, you can do that.
It's dairy and meat, right?
Where's the meat?
Isn't the egg meat?
No, it's parv.
I don't know. Well, they didn't have any cheese on their fucking omelets. I'll tell you that.
I mean, they're also dickheads. Those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dickheads.
It was just my local spot, so I had to pop in there.
That's a really tough place to go weekly. Greg loves expensive brunch. We know that.
I didn't go weekly. I didn't go weekly.
Dave Hawley 218 says, if you're gonna bring up circumcision, don't forget about female circumcision. Horrifying practice. I think I'm in agreement with you. I am not. I don't think that. I think we're all anti female circumcision.
Definitely. I'm definitely opposed. Hey, let's.
Or should we get?
Let's take a pause here for the After Dark intro, because this show is decidedly After Dark, and I wouldn't mind letting a little air out of the room.
Is this bad, Greg? Who knew that
We're back.
Twitch and the poly community really intersected? Who knew?
Yeah. I think that's what they call intersectionality. Yeah. I liked Ragnarok. I liked that one. That's Taika Waititi. That guy's great. I want to see more of his movies. I want to see the Wildebeests. I haven't seen that one yet. That guy's fucking good. Good evening, Miss Zombie. Everybody watches Twitch. Ari, wait, I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying this argument can be applied to all the things, and it never is, or at least usually. Peyope people don't care for some reason. I did see Jojo Rabbit. I liked it a lot. I have not seen What We Do in the Dark.
In the shadows.
In the shadows. I saw like a little of it, and I was like not in the right headspace to sink my teeth in, so I bailed.
It was great.
I should check it out, yeah. Is the series as good? Because there's a series now.
Series was cool. Not nearly as good as the
film.
As the movie.
Got it.
Yeah. I saw that at that movie theater in the West Village. You know you know which one I'm talking about?
Right
on West 4th. On West 4th. It's like shitty. It's like a classic.
Not Film Forum, was it?
No, not Film Forum.
Angelica?
Nope, not Angelica.
Oh, okay. Just the Lowe's and West 4th. I think I know what you're talking about.
No, it was next to the sex shop on West 4th.
Nice.
West
It's a 2-for-1.
Movie
It's a 2-for-1.
theater.
Haley Joel Osment is in What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah. I found this out. I think people call him Lee.
Who?
Haley Joel Osment.
call him Lee?
IFC Center. IFC Center.
Oh, IFC Center, sure. Yeah, he was good in The Boys. The Boys is such a good show. You like that show, Ari?
I've never seen it. It's good. It gets a lot of press.
You should see it, dude. It's fucking great. You got like 2 seasons to get through. It's awesome. That'll eat up a bunch of your quarantine hours.
I was watching...
It's on Prime. We could watch it episode 1 right now.
Whoa.
Actually, we technically could. Hey Greg, I'm just getting into whiskey mixology. I've tried Four Roses and Monkey Shoulder. Do you have any great whiskey to expand my palate on? My favorite whiskey, it's a cheap one, is Old Grandad Bottled in Bond. How's that? Does that one work for you? Old Grandad Bottled in Bond?
Greg, do you have any suggestions for maybe the people who have kids or the people who have kids and their kids have replaced some of their alcohol with water? What to do in something like that?
How old is this child?
The child is 16 years old, getting hammered, and thought it was a great idea to replace maybe some gin with some water.
Yeah. Man. That's a great one. I'm not there yet. I don't know what I would have to do there. And I was not a drinker in school. I did not drink until after I was much older, before I picked up the bottle. So I can't really relate to high school drinking.
Okay, what was your first drink? What was the first cocktail that you were like, oh, I think this is the coolest thing ever? Where were you? What was it? Hit me with it.
2 different questions. Give me a second. What would I do about the 16-year-old drinking? An open and honest conversation. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I would be very concerned. But I would tread very carefully as well. I would make it very clear that destroying my property to keep their secrets is not acceptable. I think that would be a concern. Like,
okay,
there's 2 serious crimes here, right? You're drinking, and you're ruining my gin. Hang on a second. You know, that's a double whammy there. I don't know how I would be upset about this. I think that I could see myself having some kind of a possible, like, like a wine type thing. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll know when I get there. Probably hit the roof. I'll probably just be a shitty dad. Just be like, under my roof. Oh no! I'd be like turned into like Captain Lou Albino or some shit. My first cocktail that I had that really blew my mind. I mean, I've always kind of liked cocktails since I did start drinking. But the first cocktail that really blew my mind was a left-hand cocktail made by Sam Ross at Milk and Honey. And I had that the weekend that my wife and I got engaged, and we went to Milk and Honey, and we were very lucky.
Is Milk and Honey? That's the same owner of Little Branch?
It was started by the guy who started Little Branch, yeah. Sasha Petrosky started both of those. He was a real impresario. He passed, sadly. Milk and Honey is gone, but Sam Ross and I forget the other fellow's name, they stayed on in Milk and Honey and reopened it as their own bar, Attaboy, which is very much the same idea but with louder music. And now Attaboy has a couple of locations. I think they're down in Nashville and stuff. The dishonesty and feeling like I'd be more annoyed they felt the need to lie to me. Well, I don't know. I mean, would you allow a 16-year-old to drink gin, Warnstrom? I don't think I would, so they would need to lie to me if they were going to do it, right? Like, there's not like a version of them getting to drink their gin at 16 without lying to me. So it's, I'm not upset that they felt that they had to lie to me. That's obvious. I'm upset that they decided to lie to me and continued with behavior that I have forbidden. But the other side of that too is that like I have a policy too of I try not to use my parental veto. And I've gotten worse about this. I gotta really kind of center myself on this. But I try not to use my parental veto except for in cases when like, you know, it's a health or safety issue. I don't really know that teenagers need to explore alcohol. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Would I, like, just sit down and be like, all right, kiddo, we're drinking gin? I feel like I would not, in honesty. What's your thoughts on that, Ari?
I mean, I would just freak out.
You'd freak out.
I'd freak out. I mean, I don't think most, actually, very few people on this planet have a booze collection like yours, so I think that yours, if you're thinking about your personal stash as the one you currently have, that's not really realistic.
No, yeah. I mean, I really don't care about my alcohol that much. I'm not like protective of it. It's, I waste scads of the stuff developing recipes and shooting the show, so I'm not a concern.
I think I would just freak out and then laugh. I mean, if my kid was doing it, I don't know. I did that. I thought I was being clever. I mean, I was just being an idiot. So,
yeah.
And my parents didn't drink, so they didn't know until they like served their friends at a dinner party or something.
My friends were like, "What is up with this gin?"
Yeah, this gin tastes like whiskey.
That's funny.
Professor Meme 666, Hail Satan, this stream is unbelievably chill. And I like it. Oh, man. Editor Deb, they made a rule about not drawing on me because I was the legit just always the first one to go to sleep, and it was done as soon as that drink was done. Yeah, you got to be careful when you're a kid. You don't want to be the one to fall asleep first. Get drawn on.
So here's the thing, like everybody's talking about like, oh, the forbidden word creates curiosity. I'm a very curious person by nature, but it didn't affect me that way. I have to say, like, I'm the one, I was just a nerd, I guess. A real square fucking narco nerd jerk off. Dare worked on me. I bought into it 100%. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I will fucking narc on you in a minute. I was just like a real little piece of shit. I had no interest in that stuff, in drugs. And then throughout high school, I did not drink or anything, so. It was a real
That's good, Greg.
boring ass
That's
nerd.
good.
No, really not, probably. I didn't have like a very normal child. I did not have a very normal childhood growing up.
Yeah, see, once again, Editor Deb and I, like, grew up in the same house. Okay, lots of glasses of wine at Jewish holidays. They would just give us wine. So, same thing, Deb. Same thing. I can relate, says Elboo. I was the guy in college that was like, my roommate is having sex and drinking. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I could see actually having, like, at a certain age, like, mulled wine at the holidays, or wine, or you know, mulled beers like that for a kid. That'd be fine. I'm not upset about that. I think that's fine. I also think that if you're not a parent and you think, and you're looking at that prospect of like, you give, oh yeah, like that's a great thing for the kids to like, let them explore alcohol at the holidays, let them have a glass of wine. No, man, as a parent, I'm telling you exactly what that is. That is the one day of the year that you can give your children a sleeping potion to get them the fuck out of your hair, so they'll go to bed a little bit early, and you will have the house to yourself for a few extra hours that day. There's no higher ambitions there than, like, oh yeah, drink this.
Go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like some like, it's very important for them to have this cultural experience. It's not about that. It's not that at all. Yeah, but that's funny. Yeah, well, like underage drinking. We're talking about underage drinking. I guess it was extremely prominent. It was common where I grew up. It's not like, I'm telling you guys, I was a nerd. I was like a real, like, very few friends. I was a very outcast kid. It was common, and I was again it. I was again it. It was not cool or easygoing or fun to be around or any of the good things. I have evolved in many ways. Oh man, what's the current state of Ari's gonna move? You guys have been looking at houses. I've seen your house hunting streams. I know that they're half in jest, but I mean, I know you don't really like where you're living, and you don't know where you're going to live. Is there a place in the 50 states that you're considering, or are you guys really looking to jump the border?
I mean, it's tough to jump the border. I don't know.
It's hard, man. It's fucking real hard.
It's harder than we thought.
It's really hard.
I don't know. So much of it depends on jobs and, working remotely.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I'm going to evade that question because I really don't know. It'll just be me spouting out a few different places, and then none of those places are true contenders because there's so much stuff baked into all of them.
Well, I want to know where you're thinking about moving, so I can think about moving there too.
Family.
So
oh wow.
Again.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I'm crazy. I will legit just be like, oh, my friends are moving there. I'll move. That sounds good. That sounds better than where I'm at. So.
Yeah, I do not know. I do think we moved to this new place. We moved to Sacramento, and it's not fair to judge any place during a pandemic.
I guess that's fair.
Especially since we don't leave our house.
Yeah. I was telling my wife too, I was like, we really like where we live and this area, but so in my dream, I would like to live in a place that doesn't have winter or Republicans. And they really own the entire southern coastal U.S. They've taken it, except for maybe the suburbs of Miami. And
Miami's pretty. Miami, that's pretty. That's pretty red.
No, it's not. Actually, the suburbs of Miami, the area is not. If you look, it's really blue. Like Hollywood, Florida. Basically, like the areas around Fort Lauderdale, etc., etc., etc. The areas around Miami. Juan, but I need to be by an ocean. I can't be in the middle of the... I would move to, Asheville after the oceans rise and it becomes coast waterfront. That'd be great.
You really need to be close to the ocean?
I want to sail, man. I'm not joking about wanting that boat.
You can sail. Sail on the mighty Great Lakes, homie.
I want to sail distances.
Yeah, I know. Greg got me into we were talking boats, and there was a while where right now I stay up late looking at expensive real estate that's just so far beyond any kind of budget that I will ever have in my entire life.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Even the cumulative amount of money that I will make until I die will never amount to the $128 million penthouse suite.
120 million is kind of a lot of money.
70 floors up overlooking Central Park.
Yes, that's a bit.
But Greg and I were talking at the beginning of the pandemic. Greg and I were talking boats a lot, and I was just on, what is it, Yacht World or
Yacht
like
Finder.
Boat Trader or something like
There's
that.
There's a few of them. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
That was my main, okay, honey, I'm gonna go to sleep in a few minutes, don't worry. And then 4 a.m, and I'm looking up yachts in Estonia.
Oh man, yeah. If you're willing to travel overseas, you can get them pretty cheap. I got real close to buying a boat or 2 at the beginning of the summer. There was one I was trying to get a survey on, actually, and all the surveyors were booked for the entire summer. You couldn't get anybody to come fucking look at the boat.
It would have been a good time to get a boat. It would have.
Oh my god, I would have loved having it at the beginning of the summer because it's like can't do anything. It'd be so much. We couldn't work. We couldn't do anything. We were stuck in the house. Like it would have been nice to be out on the water instead, right? Anyway, so it did not happen. I couldn't get anybody to come make sure the thing was gonna fucking not be a major
lemon,
a super lemon. I mean, it was so cheap that not really. How lemony could it have been at that price? But
do you think if you had a boat, you would live stream from the boat, while sailing?
Or I've thought about it.
The time for yourself, because I've seen there's some Twitch streams where it's people or YouTube streams where they're live streaming while sailing and answering questions. And I don't know, to me, as nice as that is, it's a very nice, I'm away from civilization.
Yeah.
This is a time to just kind of contemplate and hang out and have a nice time.
Yeah, I'd probably do vlog content from the boat at some point, but I don't think I would stream. I think there's like technical limitations. That'd be really hard. But I mean, I think that it would definitely be of interest. Like boat update stuff would probably be of some interest to the audience. I'd probably do something like that. But
Okay, so Elbu is saying, give me a small mountain town in buttfuck nowhere,
Colorado.
You gotta deal with the fires, man. They got some fires out there.
Do they?
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice out there. It's beautiful. You could have a lot of land.
You're not kidding. You're not
There's
kidding.
a lot of land, and it's so massive. That whole area, the mountain region of America, is really beautiful, and it's so massive. Someone once explained this to me about Michigan's beauty. I was living in Michigan, and this woman was like, Michigan is very intimately beautiful. You're in a forest, it's kind of damp, it's kind of closed in, and you just see a lot of forest, and it's nice. It's like a nice foresty place. But then you get out to Colorado, and it's the biggest fucking mountains you've ever seen in your entire life, with the biggest clouds, and there's gigantic storms, and there's large expanse with no trees, or just gigantic trees, and it's like a land for giants. Just huge, massively pretty.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
Beautiful story, man. Beautiful story. The hills in Austin is beautiful.
I've never been to
Colorado.
Austin. I've thought about Austin, but I've never been there. It's very oceanless again. Entirely oceanless. I was to say, we really like where we live, this area geographically, because it is, I'm pretty sure it's accurate, it's the highest point on the East Coast, eastern seaboard, basically. I think it's really the only place on the East Coast of the U.S. where you have like hill/cliffs that kind of tumble into the water, right? So there's like a very small, like, quarter-mile radius where like this exists here. But then you look at California and it's all that. So I just feel like if you really looked at the west coast of the U.S. and said, well, the Palisades is on the river, Deb. We're on the ocean. But
Wait, what?
It's about like geography of where I live.
Oh, the Palisades. I think Editor Deb.
She's talking about the
is
Palisades.
thinking about like Pacific Palisades.
Oh, I thought she meant like the New Jersey, New York Palisades. That's where she grew up. Yeah,
Oh,
I do like it
sorry.
up there. But so anyway, I just looked at the map. You look at the map and you're like, well, the whole West Coast is basically like that. And if you are open, you don't need to live in LA because you don't have to work in LA or commute to LA or something like that. If you can really pick and choose, isn't something manageable there, affordable? And I don't know. Is the answer not really? Not really. It's all just stupid expensive the whole way down.
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
I think I got a bounce, bro.
Yeah, I bet you do. What time is it there?
It's 11:45.
Yeah, it's 2.
I have to prep my stream early in the morning. But I want to say thank you so much for bringing me on tonight. I had a really nice
sir.
time.
Thank you. Unfortunately, this was not the thing I wanted to do.
You talked about your thing, and
No, but I wanted to test the fucking recording. I wanted to do the recording thing. We're gonna do that tomorrow when we do Cyberpunk. We'll do the Zen whatever.
air that.
Yeah.
Well, before I head out, can I plug my stream?
Why didn't you before?
What, when there were 100 people here?
I mean, you could have. How many people are here now? I'm not paying attention.
I think there's 56.
You should have plugged it when at maximum. Yeah, you were allowed to plug. Yeah, you're allowed to plug.
I don't like doing that.
Hey, let me just tell
look,
you.
Ari-
Let me tell you
Ari
something.
David's all about like anytime he will just jump in there. I'm not him, okay? I'm the better Ari. I am the respectful Ari, okay? I have respect for the
tell you
eyeballs
something. Let me tell you
of what you guys have.
You are free to plug anytime you want. You understand me? You got plugging to do, plug away.
Thank you so much. Please check out my upcoming show Wednesday night. It is called Alone with Ari, 10 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
10 p.m. Eastern.
Check us out. Check it
7
out.
p.m.
I think you will enjoy it. And yeah, stop by, hang out. Editor Deb, you and I are the same person, so I feel like you knew that my stream was coming up because you're also prepping for it because we are the same person. During Cyberpunk Red tomorrow, Rubin Plug Brigade, fuck yeah, nonstop. Greg's gonna be like, and what does your character do? And then I'm gonna say, my character plugs Ari Alone with Ari at 10 p.m. at on a Rubin on Ride.
I don't really know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I think we might do kind of like a season recap, almost like a clip show kind of thing, where we talk about who our characters are and where they're at. And I might even do kind of like a check-in with you guys about character development, and we'll do some advancement and stuff like that, spend some experience points. We might run more of a regular session. We'll see. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't decided. Could be either. I don't really have... might be a little mix of that. But what I want to do is I want to set it up so that when we start kind of a next arc, it'll be a good place for people to jump in new if they've never really seen the show, if that makes any sense.
I gotcha.
So... All right, man. I'll let you go. You got to go do your thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Greg. I will. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for
And
being boss.
I had a great time. Recaps by the bar would be great.
I am set up for
really
that
like it when you're
I'm at
by
the bar. I know they do. I'm
'Cause
set
I
up
feel
for
like
it.
it's like they see you and they're like, wait, I know you from
Yeah.
that thing you do behind the bar, and now I'm in that.
Yep. It works really well. I have to get back into the streaming from the bar because that's when the numbers show up. I usually those streams usually have like 300 people or more watching. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm an asshole because I'm just not doing it. Well, sure. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for hanging.
All right. Good night, Artistic. Good night, Editor Deb. Good night, Wernstrom. Good night, Very Legal. Good night, Juan. Good night, Jay Hawley. Good night, Editor Deb. Good night, Very Legal Vader. That's it. All right. Peace out, everybody.